What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Let's go ahead and dive face first into the drama, and today we're going to be talking about Gabrielle Union and some update news on her departure from America's Got Talent. Now, if you don't know, Gabrielle's contract did not get renewed for the upcoming season for America's Got Talent, and we all know why. When your pigmentation of your skin is a little bit darker, and you start to stand up to the masses and tell them that you're not accepting certain things in the work environment, well, they will quietly show you to the door and let you know that they run the show. So Gabrielle is citing that it was a very toxic environment, that there was racial jokes that she didn't agree with, and she also said that they made a complaint about the way she wore her hair. Now, during the time that Gabrielle was on America's Got Talent, Jay Leno said something very controversial that really had all the judges questioning, what he said, and they were appalled by what he said because they felt that it was very divisive. So that is what really sparked this whole thing between Gabrielle and the producers of the show and NBC. Now we have Terry Crews that wants to give his 2 cents of an opinion about the situation, and he's actually siding with the powers that be, of course. Now, let's take a look at what Terry Crews had to say about his experience on America's Got Talent. All right, so this is what she said, and yes, I meant she. First of all, I can't speak for sexism because I'm not a woman, but I speak on behalf of any racism comments. That was never my experience, he said during an interview on January the 23rd episode of Today. In fact, it was the most diverse place I have ever been in my 20 years of entertainment. He continued, when you look at what the allegations were about, it was given by an unnamed source. My thing is, it's funny because I believe you should listen to women. You should always believe women. So I asked my wife, what should I do? She was like, first of all, if it's coming from an unnamed source, because Gabrielle has not made any statement to this day about any of these allegations publicly, if she hasn't made a statement, why would you? He said of his spouse's advice. All right, so Gabrielle responded, and this is what she said. After Crews' comments, Union responded to a fan's tweet of support, telling truth, wanting change, and having multiple witnesses who bravely came forward to let everyone know I didn't lie or exaggerate, really exposes those who enthusiastically will throw you under the bus, forgetting quickly who stepped up for their truth, Union wrote. Now, Gabrielle also followed up with this tweet. She said, man, we all agreed to let the investigation be completed before speaking, but if we doing this, oh baby, let's go.
Bring it.
All right, so this interview with Terry Crews took place on what network? That will be NBC. And what network does America's Got Talent air on? Yep, that will be NBC as well. So what you have here is a situation of how they do us, right? This is what's going on. They're using Terry Crews to go out there and to actually go against what Gabrielle Union had to say about NBC and America's Got Talent. Because if you have one person from our own race to go out there and say, I've never had those experiences, the fact that AGT has been the most diverse place that you've ever worked at in your 20 years of being in the business. So this is what Terry said. So when you have someone, right, from our own culture that's out there talking against what Gabrielle has actually brought to light, it makes Gabrielle's claims look like they don't have a leg to stand on, and it looks like that her accusations against the network is actually baseless. Now, I really like the fact that Howard Stern came out and he defended Gabrielle. He actually called out Simon Cowell for having a different standard for women than he has for men, basically stating that the men always seem to survive and, it's a cakewalk, but the women are the ones that always get fired from the show. And so I like the fact that you have a shock jock in Howard Stern that actually came to Gabrielle's defense. Now, let me talk about Terry Crews for a minute. I personally feel that NBC put a battery in Terry Crews' back, right? And I believe that he was instructed to do this or else, all right? This means your career is on the line if you don't go out there and put on this show and make us look good, right? Because we need you to make her look crazy, because guess what? Y'all both are from the same race. So when you have somebody that's refuting the claims, right, of someone else that's a part of the same race, it makes Gabrielle look stupid, because they can say that their experience is not the same as Gabrielle's. So everybody can look at it as if Gabrielle is making this stuff up to cause confusion. That's just my opinion. Because of course, Heidi Klum and who else? Julianne Hough. I don't know if I'm saying her name correctly, but that's her name today. Others like that look like Simon Cowell cannot say that they had the same experience. Why? Because they don't have to say it, because those experiences don't normally happen to them. So they need someone from our race to say that they never experienced that. So that is what's going on, in my opinion, right? Listen, Terry Crews didn't have to say anything. He could have just kept his mouth shut, right? And when he was asked about Gabrielle, all he had to say is, I support her. I'm behind her. And if I was in that situation, right, and they kept pressing me to talk about my experience, even though my experience could have been different from Gabrielle and I didn't experience none of that, I would have still said, I support Gabrielle. End of discussion. Let's move on to the next topic. Because me, I would never be rich if it depended on me selling my folks out. I mean, that's just period, point blank. But anyway, I'm gonna let this go and let y'all have at it in the comments. Drop down and let a brother know what you think about this whole entire situation. Also, give me your thoughts on the commentary within this video, all right? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll get with you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.